And Benny, here's your chance. What do you think?
Well, I'm interested to see if the wind will play a bit of a factor in this game, because I know I rode here on my bike and I had quite a bit of a headwind. I was pushing on the pedals pretty hard. So yeah, I'm interested to see if that will make the ball miss the goals a little bit.
Okay. Well, here they go, folks. We have the ball out here, coming out now for Broadford for number 13 and Norris there. Quick handball off on the wing, and their first foray forward is unfortunately inaccurate one, David, out of bounds.
Out of bounds on the full.
On the interchange area.
Yep. And a good shepherd there from Broadford, but the ball is out of bounds on the deck, and we're waiting to see how the Rhodesian Ridgeback brings it in. Here he goes. It's got back into the, right along the boundary line, right in front of the commentary box, and a good fend off pushes it over the line again for yet another throw in, only 2 minutes into the game.
That was Duggan there who dived in that early energy towards it, puts the ball out of bounds now, being brought back in by the boundary umpire, spinning as the ruckman taps up and goes down, probably in Yarra Glen's favour. Quick step out and dodge there by Ashton, whose body movement was good inside there, attacking 50. If the bodies dive onto it, no one can get a clean possession. It looks like Yarra Glen will fumble their way through this into a possession that'll wrap it up just inside the attacking 50.
He said they're looking for a free kick there.
He's looking for one there. The umpire's not giving it out. He's not in the mood for Valentine's gifts at the moment. Up it goes. Tap back down. No one's favour. Gone out wide now. Yarra Glen will have a quick snap at shot at goal. It's kick over the shoulder. The umpire does her yoga and only gives it a minor score.
Matt's back with the update.
River Pigs is the correct one.
River Pigs, David.
Interesting name. I wouldn't like to be called a river pig.
Did you actually get that information, or did you make it up, Matt?
No, I went down to there's a bloke down there in a jacket.
A bloke in a jacket. And that, if there's ever a correct value there in scientific measurement, it's the bloke in a jacket.
This is the first actual report we've had in a broadcast on this footy, right?
Right, that's indeed. Ball coming back in on the far side there by the boundary as it's been kicked in from a minor score, but it's the River Pigs who bring it out with a quick shot at goal. Left footer across the face. Are we seeing the St Kilda here of the Eastern League?
Well, this is...
Two shots very close in front and both minor scores.
This is not a good start for anybody, really. They should have kicked goals, and Broad would be hoping the ball was up the other end. So it's brought along the commentary side of the ground. Oh, well handled, actually. He had about 3 goes at getting it. Broadford have kicked it up, and there's a mark. We've got the possession of the footy again. That's number 63, Crawford. Oh, that's not Shane Crawford, obviously, but that's a left footer, and that's a beautiful kick. He's picked the man out right in front of the scoreboard. Number 6, that's Mackenzie. He's kicked it across the front of the goal, and they're in the van. Broadford pushed towards the goal square. Bit of scrappling along the ground, and it's going to go close to the boundary line. No, picked up and brought back into play. And a high kick along the boundary line again. It's in the forward pocket, gone towards the goal. The umpire's bouncing backwards on his toes.
Minor score.
Through for a point.
So 3 shots at goal, 3 minor scores here. If Broadford can get possession and go up the ground, it'll be a bit of a slap in the face for Yarra Glen, because they've had 3 good opportunities. If they try and get it out again, it turns over and a quick snap back in. This one's got the accuracy that they want. Yarra Glen opened the score with the first major. 1 goal, 3-9 to Broadford, yet to score. David, I'll see if I can find out who that is.
Betty, did you notice what happened there? It was a budgie kick out from fullback.
Yep.
And went along the ground almost, and well picked up by the River Pig man.
Yeah, I just think they were very well manned up in that case.
They weren't manned up, but what a shocking kick out of fullback, mate.
Yeah.
The idea is you put it where they can't score, don't you?
That was Morrison, who's the goal scorer. Tall lad in the forward line, probably taking the role of full forward. Back in the centre, David.
He's a goal kicker. Yes, that's a good throw up. The wind got it a bit, so Benny might be right about the wind.
Yeah.
But push towards the half forward line, come back towards the spare man for the Kangaroos, who's pushing it in front of him. Now he's got the ball, put it onto the foot and kicked it onto the half-forward flank, and that's a very nice kick and
top
a nice lead.
There, number 9 there in Johnson.
That's Johnson. He's the goal kicker.
But he's a long way from home, David.
Yes, he's about 70 metres from goal, but he's gone for the short along the boundary line, and it's marked on the half-forward flank on the arc, a 50-metre arc. A left footer, that's another left footer, kicked in towards the centre. A flying attempt at mark. Oh, he's done well. This fell out from Broadford. He got the hand passed out. That was Hart that dropped it. Should have picked that up easily. That's a throw, I would have thought, but they've gone play on, and not a throw that time. And the ball's grabbed by number 7 and Broadford, and that's not a bad looking kick.
That's Carmen. Carmen.
That's a great goal.
That was Carmen, number 7 there.
Phil Carmen, fabulous Phil Carmen.
I think the way those dance moves were showed there, it might be some Spanish Carmen dance, I think, David.
Well, 2 things happened there, Benny. You see that the big ruckman, in fact, dropped the ball when it was hand passed to him.
Yep.
But a clever resumption of play brought that up for Carmen to circle through the pack with a left footer.
Yeah,
What did you think of that?
Weaved himself through 2 players.
Yeah, he broke 2 tackles there, didn't he, Benny?
Yep.
So that's a strong sign of confidence there from a forward there. So hopefully it's a little bit more of that. So 1 goal, 6 to 139 in favour of the River Pigs, and we're David back in the middle.
And he's back in the middle, and here's the umpire that you thought might have been due for Jenny Craig.
Portly.
But there's another good kick by Broadford. Broadford aren't used to being in front. They don't know what to do next. The ball's gone to number 7. That's Tate. Tate has kicked it across to the other side of the ground. That's the outer side of the ground, the west side. Nice running from Broadford, but he pushed it along ahead of him instead of taking possession of the footy. Over the line and out of bounds once again, Benny, for a throw-in.
Yep.
So on the far side there, Gardner, I noticed there for Yarra Glen, is sporting the mullet of all mullets. So we'll keep an eye on that flowing lock of hair as he comes back into the ball. Tossing back in there, Benny, out the back there to Broadford, number 7 there in Carmen. Can't control it, but he finally gets it away with a rush kick, looking for someone wide. Finding out there, I think it's Lucas, whose short passes into the centre of the 50-metre arc there. And a great tackle right in front of goal. Gives Broadford a chance now to line up for a shot. Benny, do you know who that is there? Number 22, I think. Austin?
Yeah.
Do we know what Austin's like as a kick, mate?
No, I don't know Austin personally.
Tell me what's happening, Ben. Describe it to me.
Well, it looks like Tom's going for a free kick here.
Austin?
Yeah, Austin. Yeah, not sure how his kick is.
How far out is he?
Oh, 45. Yeah, probably about 45, maybe 30.
Slight angle?
Yep.
Okay, as he comes into kick, watch the goal umpire. Does the umpire move?
No.
There's a bit of clapping, so that's a goal.
That's a goal.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well done, Benny.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So they're careering away, aren't they?
So 2 goals straight to
139.
Yeah, 139. Looks like we've got a bit of a Geelong versus St Kilda here, though.
And that's the Mitre 10 scoreboard.
It is. Our Mitre 10 scoreboard giving Broadford the first chance of a lead there into the wind. And if our young meteorologist here, Ben, can tell us the truth about this, they might be bucking the trend against the wind, David.
They are, and as he pointed out, with the wind on the bike up here, some of these players might need a bike before the game's over. We're back in the centre. The umpire's getting set to chuck it up again. He's done that hard. Oh, it lost the head out there, went towards the Yarra boys. But they're coming through the pack again. That's another nice little kick. But great mark, sir. Great mark. Broadfield got possession of the footy again. The old Kangaroos. Oh, that should have been a 50-metre penalty in the AFL. A bloke went up beside him while he was kicking the ball, mate.
Oh, there's an attempt for a quick cross-the-goal kick, David, which we know you love. It's come off badly, and a quick shot at goal by Broadford's gone right across the face.
That's Nick Fennick, I reckon.
And he's going to be overboard with himself about that one there, I think, Ben.
Yeah.
And he's only going to trouble the boundary umpire, but it'll be a ball in from about 10 metres around from Broadford's point post. So there's a real chance here that they can lock it in and get themselves another score, Ben.
Haven't exactly got themselves in a bad position.
Quick tap down there by number 7 there for Yarra Glen, who gets it out from the ruck. Quick kick away now into the wing area for Broadford. Over the shoulder there, the umpire's found it too. So that wingman or that back flanker we're going to check out. He's fairly potent with the ball so far. He'll try and bring it in from the wing area inside the attacking 50. Runs his full 15. Big loping kick. No one goes up for Broadford. Hits the ground there. Bodies are probably more in favour of Yarra Glen. Out the back they try and run around. Ooh. The kick's a shocker. Only goes about 5 metres. Quick tap down and the ball's up for grabs for anyone there. And the umpire there has picked up holding the ball against Broadford. Or incorrect disposal, and David, they'll get themselves out of a pickle now.
Well, I didn't see that free kick personally, but nevertheless, read the paper tomorrow, you'll see it was one. And he's kicked it across to the outer side of the ground, half-back flank, and they've kept possession of the footy. Another short pass in towards, I think that's Ashton. They've still got possession of the footy. There's 3 good connections, but he's kicked it nowhere at all. Oh, there's a man appeared out of the gloom, and he's picked it up, and they've gone towards the goal now. Pushing it back, perhaps heading towards the goal square, but they can't capture it before it goes over the boundary line and out of bounds once again. Matt, number 2, we might hear from you from a few minutes, eh?
Yeah.
We'll tend to this. We've got the double Matt team now.
Indeed, good to have you here, Matt. Boundary umpire now deep into the attacking area there for Yarra Glen. Brings the ball back in. Up go the ruck. Big win there from the ruckman from Yarra Glen. Dominated that one, but couldn't get it down to a player he wanted. Coming out of defence now as BROADFORD single and solo player attempts. They get wrapped up. And just like Christmas, we're going to have to wait for this one as the umpire starts to ball it up. Matty, what's going to happen here, mate? Do you think they can break out, or has Yarra Glen got it locked in?
I say a strong tap here from Yarra Glen. Yeah, yet again. Nope, straight to a BROADFORD player actually.
Yep, so they've locked it back underneath. Here's a chance for them to get out now.
Yeah, by BROADFORD.
There we are, out to the wing here, finding number 22 in Austin. At the back there, can he get it? Doesn't, unable to. And the number 7 here out of Tate from Yarra Glen with ball control, which is quite good. Does a second effort, gets it picked up, then tries the centre of the ball, finds a player there for Yarra Glen in number 15 for Wiles. He then tries to centre a kick there, inaccurate to the nth degree, and it gets rumbled onto the ground by bodies, but it's BROADFORD who run out with a little bit of confidence, and that's not a handball, that's a throw.
What do you think, Matt?
That was a pretty A-grade truck.
Great truck, Chuck. Fair enough. So call this one if you can here, Matty. He's going to come in from just outside of 50, lining up for Yarra Glen.
Slow angle, we're going to be kicking from about 50 unless he runs around the mark. I don't know what this bloke's kick like, but I say spit it out to the top of the goal square for a mark for their full forward.
There we go. Well, he's got his confidence in there. There's kicker here. It's number 7 there in Tate, it looks like.
He's had the ball a few times, this guy.
Yep. Big kick now. It's got the distance, it looks
it.
Kick. And the umpire steps sideways, not to get hit by it, and says, that's a major.
That's a great kick.
That's an impressive goal.
On the angle on 50.
Yeah.
So 2 goals, 12 points for BROADFORD as Yarra Glen regained the lead here with 2-3-15, leading by 3 points. I don't think BROADFORD will be too unhappy with that scoreline right now.
Definitely not. Having the 2 early goals
Yep.
early on in the first quarter, they'll be very happy with that.
Yep. So the umpires make their efforts to get the ball back to the middle. Looking around the ground, rucks here. Big ruckman there for BROADFORD here. I can see him dominating if he can get a bit of a leap out of it. As the umpire, lead one, brings it in now and throws it up because it's too wet underfoot. Jump as they go. Win there to probably BROADFORD, but it's off the foot and comes out wide into Yarra Glen. It's a mark on the outside here by Binnen, who then looks to play on. Quick, sharp, short pass, but no one can hold it. Hits the ground to the back, the forward flank. Handballs over the top. BROADFORD cannot get possession, and the intensity in the drive there from Yarra is just too strong at the moment, and it's locked up there in their forward flank area just outside the attacking 50, David.
Lucas is a bit of a terrorist. You need to watch him. He's physically involved. That's a big leap by the River Pigs man, but he never got anywhere near the footy.
Yeah.
The ball's gone to the ground. Could have been in the back, I'd say, but the umpire's saying, I think I'll have another throw up here rather than give a free kick.
He's trying to let it go a bit, see if it can come out, I think, a little bit, but...
Well, that was a free kick, I thought.
But
So nevertheless, you don't have to pay every free kick, otherwise the game would never get going. And there's another effort in the ruck where neither of them hit it to any advantage at all. And the ball's on the ground, they're wrestling. It's a Chief Little Wolf game now.
He's saying drop the ball there, David.
The Indian Deathlock. Well, that's amazing. That's the clearance kick, as they call that. That says, I just want to get rid of it rather than throwing it up again.
Yeah, I think that was Duggan there. He's a bit unlucky there with that one because he had literally seconds as the kick gets centred to the top of the square. The big men fly, but no one can hold it. Hits the ground, body's diving in. It's Yarra who'll pick it up and come out the outside with a shot at goal across the shoulder.
1 point.
Might have score again. 2 goals straight, 12 for BROADFORD to 2-4-16. Yarra Glen, the River Pigs.
What do you think, Ben, mate?
Well, I think that Yarra Glen are definitely going to be getting a bit of a spray from their coach about their
Inaccuracy.
Definitely. They need to stay a little bit more composed and not rush their kicks a bit.
So looks like Nielsen here out of defence here in the 50 defensive arc here for BROADFORD has the ball in the back pocket. He's going to drive it out right to our commentary side here. David looking for an opportunity for a BROADFORD mark. Number 22 there. But is the man at the front? Who's he paying it to, David? Nope, he's saying...
Oh, no, mate.
No one gets it. I'll have it.
I would have paid that to Austin.
Yes,
But that's Steve Austin, is it? The $6 million man?
$6 million's nothing now, though, is it?
Okay, well, $12 million man. The ball's in the air, and ruckman never hit it again. Both of them again. This is the best no-ruck contest I've ever seen in a game.
But it's BROADFORD's ruckman who gets it from a free kick for what?
Well, I don't know. Looking at the umpire. There's a short pass. Oh, it's terrible, by the way, but it's gone out of bounds. Number 1, that was Lucas. He's not a bad player, but couldn't get possession of the footy, and that's one of the shocking kicks of the day to try and get it to him. The ball's gone out of bounds, the boundary umpire's circling up. That's not a bad looking throw, but it's only going to be at 4 feet. So Broadford have got the footy now. They're bringing it in front of the commentary box. That's a looping kick, and that might have been a mark. I can see why Johnson kicks the goals. He's a good leader.
He is a good leader, and a good deliver there too by Austin as well. Who the two of them team up quite well, I thought, David. Look at that far side of the ground. There's more real estate over there than the Great Australia Bite at the moment. Most of the teams on this side of the ground, the ball comes flicking back in. No one can really get possession properly. A lot of pressured tackles here, and it's Yarra Glen who are outnumbered. I count about 6-1 over the shoulder here.
Yeah.
And number 9 there for Ashton for Yarra Glen will have the ball at the back flank and look to get the ball. Oh, and there's a 50 metres there against number 12, Stray.
Oh, goodness.
Who handed the ball to him without an envelope, without a sticker, without a stamp, without a smile. And the ball gets a 50-metre penalty down the ground, looked in now into their attacking 50 for number 16 there in Morrison, who's their one of their goal scorers, to the top of the square. Big men fly, no one can get it. And when there's the boundary line on the far side in the defensive area for Broadford.
That was interesting what happened there, Matt, because the guy had a 50-metre penalty but didn't take it.
No, I thought he would have definitely
Played on quickly.
Yeah, as I said before, they're just rushing a little bit and did not work out for them there, I don't think.
Good rucking there by Broadford, a push in the back in the process, and the umpire hasn't picked it up but wrapped it up for a ball up. Obviously he's got a desire for leather poisoning, so he's getting his hands on it a lot, the umpire. But we're inside the attacking 50, about 20 metres out in Yarra Glen's favour. Up it goes, tap down there for Broadford, trying to get it out then again, but it's Yarra Glen who are running with it. Ricochet's out now to Broadford. Handballs are quite good there. Sidestep there. A little bit of confidence coming out of defence. A little bit of concern. And the ball gets kicked away and turns over to Yarra Glen. Then turns back over to Broadford. Now they work their way down the wing. Here's an opportunity to get a little bit further wide. Good running. An intercept. And a crush. And I just dropped David's drink. It's all happening here, folks. Don't worry about it. David.
Oh, goodness. I'm got thirsty all of a sudden. Matt spilled my drink.
It was water, but geez, it smells like gin.
They've got the footy, the River Pigs, it's gone into the centre half forward position, but a good knock away by the Sterling defender for Broadford, who takes a bounce. He's gone one, and he's kicked it to nowhere, and the ball's going towards the boundary line in the AFL. It'll be out of bounds.
Is he calling deliberate? No, he's calling a throw-in.
That's what he's going to do. The boundary umpire is circling. He's getting there soon. He's going to get a, what do you call it, a Uber to get up there. But he's there now on the half-forward flank, about 50 metres even from the goal. He's looking around to see who he can throw it to. There it goes. Not a bad throw this time, a good one. But the Rucks have missed it again. That's the 5th continuous one.
Oh, quick handball off going to number 7 there in Carmen, having a shot at goal, and there's the first inaccuracy for Broadford there. Minor score, 2 goals, 1-13 to 2-4-16, 3-point lead to Yarra Glen.
Yeah, that's amazing, Matt, the Rucks. You notice that they're both jumping at each other. Back, Broadford picked it up. He comes out, threw the ball away, but no, the umpire was saying...
no, you're right, David.
I saw that
for
the first
incorrect
time.
Disposal, you're correct.
Just imagine, I got that one. So there it is. The River Pigs have kicked it across to number 6. That's Mackenzie. Mackenzie's gone towards the outer side. A bit of good running. That looks a bit dangerous for Broadford.
Oh, that's Lucas intercepting
Lucas again.
That's a Bendigo bank save there.
He's doing all right, Lucas.
Coming across the ground, David, number 22 there in Austin. Can't get possession, picked up. Yeah, coming wide. The talk's not strong at the moment, and he's going to get in trouble, but he got the kick away straight down the throat of Leverson for Yarra, who centres it, David. Good body work there. The umpires let it go, but gee, that was harsh. And back out here, number 22 in Austin has the ball, goes forward. The kick is a shocker. On the ground, bounces 9 times, and after Austin again there, as he runs through, having a long ping at goal. There's no one in the goal square. What's the bounce like?
Oh, goodness gracious, Matty, did you see that, the bounce of the footy?
And you can tell, folks, by the energy in here that it was only a minor score. 2 goals, 2-14. Broadford to 2-4-16. Yarra Glen, David.
Good running there to get that shot at goal. It's a pity it didn't work out better. So the ball is on the outer side of the ground, half-back flank. They're looking for a kick along the boundary line, and that's another shocker. The kicking is very ordinary, isn't it?
Pressure's fairly high here, and I would naturally give that the okay, but you're right, that was out in the full, by the way, David. As Broadford come back inside their attacking 50, it's at the back there. No one can get it, but a quick pick up here by number 11 with the wrong foot. That's Fennick. And that's Ben's mate. I'm going to get Ben on the radio here to talk about Fennick, because that was a reverse half Nelson outside of the foot shot at goal that's gone through and put Broadford into the lead.
You know that guy?
Yeah, he's a good mate of my brother's.
Is he?
Yeah.
Has he got any relation to Jeff Fenny, the fighter?
Oh, don't know.
I just want to know him because I don't want to say anything crook about him, you know.
So you don't get beaten up, David. Yeah.
The fighter's going to turn up. But you know, they watch the television obviously as well. He likes to say, and that was a shot at goal like that. He could have kicked it straight, couldn't he?
He could have stepped straight and put his foot straight through it, but he did an outside reverse shot. There's a ball up in the middle, and it goes out quickly, probably in Yarra's favour, but they can't do anything with it. Off the ground now, Broadford, using some brains to get it moving in their direction. Wrapped up again, quick kick out now to Yarra Bend. They then throw it out wide. Yarra Glen, and they kick it towards the attacking 50. Their pickups are better and their handballs running past are better. A quick another handball over the top. Great read there by Duggan. He read that and came through like a freight train.
What's the number of that guy, mate? That Broadford guy that's
number 23, Duggan.
He's got a pretty good leg speed for a guy of that build.
Isn't he? He picked up some speed there very quickly. His acceleration.
Did it over on this side of the ground too, broke the pack.
He's also defending in that process, turning it into an attack.
He's in the running for the...
Bendigo Bank Saver of the Day, I think.
Well, I was thinking about the fresh food people. A
multi-winner, David. A multi-winner.
He could be.
Wow.
He could be in it.
On the far side of the ground we are, hey folks, here for the Harley Harmon Reserve. Here at beautiful Broadford, ball being brought back in, up go the Rucks. This time they get their hands on it, which is a nice change for once. Broadford come out of defence, and a quick handball on the outside again. It's getting messy, it's getting ugly. Over the top now, it's looping, and it's anyone's, but Broadford stepping around.
Oh, no, it's Lucas.
No, it's Lucas. That was number 17 in Phillips. He did a bit of a dance there. Gets the ball off.
That's
They're looking
Lucas.
for someone. That was Lucas. 2-on-1 in favour of Yarra Glen. Can't pick it up, it hits the ground. Ruckman tries to fight amongst themselves. Well, there's a dancing player who finally gets it around here to number 15, Welch, who kicks, but it goes straight to number 3 there in Kennedy for Yarra Glen. Coming out of defence, puts his player in a bit of a hospital position, and it's up for conjecture from anyone. Tapped along the ground now, Ruckman coming in, doesn't bend over, and then finally gets the ball out to number 1 there, Lucas again, who's appearing everywhere. Tap over the top there, but to no one, probably profound in the long run, but gives Yarra Glen a chance. Good. Top smother there by Broadford, keeping the attack going, wrapping the ball up and re-rallying their troops just outside their attacking 50, David.
Benny.
Yep.
What's happening?
Well, I also know Liam Lucas, and yeah, him and Mick Fennick are good mates, so yeah, I reckon they've got each other's backs out there.
You reckon?
Yep.
So there we go. It's kicked towards the boundary line on the other side of the ground, but Broadford are in possession again. And it's going further along that boundary line. That's a left footer, and that's hit him right in the chest. What a fluke. He didn't realise it was even coming, I don't think. But he's got possession of the footy about 45 metres out. Kicked to the boundary line, and it's nearly a mark. He's a good player, this guy.
Top of the square, David.
And kicked towards the scoring zone, and it's a mark to the River Pigs at
That's kick it up, Lewis.
Bendigo Bank. Save of the day. 22, that is.
Kick
Austin.
It. Yep. Number 30.
That was Ivan.
Yeah, 32 for Bradshaw. Then centres the ball there into the centre half forward. Number 43 in Zielinski. We're calling him Ivan. Has the ball now. Very nice pass there. Who's that he got to through to Ben? Do you know who that is?
No, I don't see his number either. Who was
that is the captain, Nathan Cook, I believe.
Is that Cook, is it?
Yep.
Wow. Here's a chance for the captain to do a captain's goal coming to the end of the quarter day.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone for the goal.
Is he one of the people out of MasterChef?
He's got the tats for it, hasn't he?
Left footer.
Plays on. Cross the face.
Across the boundary. Across the scoreline for 1 point only, and possibly a wasted opportunity.
Right, so 3 goals, 3-21 Broadford to 2 goals, 4-16.
Same number of scoring shots.
Yarra Glen. Yep.
It's a good, tough struggle at the moment, isn't it? Entertaining in a sense. So they've got possession of the footy, running by the human tank. It's kicked it across to a man standing on his own, and they've got possession of the footy again. That's Telford. I wonder if he's related to Dick Telford, won a Liston trophy. Pushed out the front of them, they've got possession of the footy again. That's good running. Very good running by the River Pigs. They've taken it through the pack, and nobody in the goal square, and that's a goal.
So it's almost a coast-to-coast there, although it wasn't handled with the perfection that you'd like, but no touch on the ball there by Broadford. We've got to be unhappy about that one. The fullback brought it out, found a man in a short pass just in the defensive arc there, and then kept running himself.
And no man on the goal line.
And no man on the goal line. I think there's a lot of napping there. The Broadford coach will be not too, a bit bemused by that one, a bit disappointed. So 3 goals 4-22 Yarra Glen to 3 goals 3-21 Broadford. A 1 point game so far.
At the other end of the ground, it's amazing how many times it happened. They had a shot for goal, missed it, and it's come the length of it for a goal at the other end.
Indeed.
So good contest in the ruck that time, and the Broadford fella got it away. The ball's gone to the ground. They're wrestling for it. Bit of good shepherding, even if there's nobody trying to get the footy. And they're crawling and doing all sorts of things there. Spider work on the ground. That's the Indian Deathlock applied and the half Nelson.
That's Telford underneath there too. He really wanted that one, Dave.
They'd be in the Olympics for wrestling, some of these people.
Nothing sticks to Telford.
Yes. I'm thinking of going in the Olympics. Pole vaulting.
quick run out here.
They've got the footy again. They've kicked it out. The River Pigs kicked it out towards the scoring zone, not far from their goal square. But it's on the ground. They're pushing it ahead. That's strong work. Very strong work. And hand passed it out in front of him, and a flying shot for goal has gone through only for 1 point.
That's another one that they should. Very good point, Matt. They should have got that one. I reckon the River Pig coach is going to be extremely upset about that. Quick kick out there, but it's gone straight into the hands, I think, of Yarra Glen. So they're going to have probably a shot at goal right on the 50. No, he's done that. He's done it again, David.
I would have thought that I was.
He can't pick who. Yeah, Matt. He can't pick who marked that, so he'll have it.
Keep saying draw. Gives it back to himself.
Well, either a marker is not.
Yeah.
So he's a good player, that fella from the River Pigs. He's got it out the front with a nice kick into the goal square.
Great lead.
And that's a nice mark and a nice kick. So that was Telford that got it across to him. And now it's Morrison, is it?
Yeah, he's a goal kicker.
Morrison. It's only about 30 metres from goal, not much more. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, and
That's where a lot of blokes, this is where they go practicing their kicking. It's almost like through Eddie Betts fight.
Right.
Step around the mark, I reckon. Step around to the right with the right foot on.
Okay.
Bend on.
You call it, Matt. What's happening?
He's going straight on, and he's brought a bit of bends on.
Yeah, the wind brought it back in, I think. You're right. So it's a major score there. And that was just as the siren went too. So we'll end up with that first quarter, David, being 3-3-21 to Broadford to 4-5-29 Yarra Glen River Pigs. It's only an 8-ball game. It's a game on.
Yeah. Well, they're holding in the middle here before they go out to their coach. So I think they'll be getting, look, we're in this. They're definitely in this game.
What do you think, Benny?
Exactly. They're just like a change of seasons. The second quarter's about to start with blinding sunlight, David. The sun's now come back out.
The sun's coming up, yeah.
Wind is still there. Players have made their way back to their positions. The field umpire's now looking around to make sure everyone's ready, and the goal umpire's are ready. He's got the nod from both ends. He's going to come in now and raise the ball in a second. I just think he's making sure.
I think at the moment what he's trying to do is suck oxygen into his lungs.
He's probably a bit tired himself.
But you never know what could be going on with him. Or he could be dreaming about his horse racing.
If you can't hear that, folks, the siren's just gone for the start of the second quarter. David, up they go.
There they go. And, nice knockdown. I think that's hard, is it? But he's got it away for Broadford. Ball's gone to the ground. A bit of scuffling. Oh, he's tried hard to get it through there. That's in the back, over the shoulder, on the neck. Everything, and he's given it the other way. Well,
throwing the ball, unfortunately.
You can't win them all. Don't read the paper on that one. It's gone over towards the half-forward flank commentary box, and the guy has said, well, that's a free kick. No advantage there.
Yeah, Bradshaw was holding the arm.
25 Donald, that was, trying to get away with it. But here we go. Well, that's a nice kick, centre half-forward position. A good leap at the back. That'll be Morrison, no doubt. 17's got it for Broadford, but he's kicked it straight into the hands of a River Pig, who's kicked it right into the scoring zone, and nice body work there.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Benny? Nice body work to keep him out and mark the footy.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a push in the back, but it didn't look like they caught anything on it.
Well, he didn't use his hands. That was the test, mate. Once you put your hand on him, you're gone.
That's Wellen. So that's the first time we've seen him today. This will be his first shot and first stat. David lining up.
Yes, there we go. It's only about 20 metres, and that's a terrible kick, is it?
No, it's
come back. Oh, the howling gale that Matt was referring to has got that. That's the cyclonic work to get that ball back, and that's a goal.
Matty, I think he used that wing there again, didn't he? Kicked it kind of into it, and
it's a bit how I kick. It's a right footer's preference, so it's how they kind of swing. They swing their leg around a bit more to get that curve on the ball.
There you go, folks. So you've heard it from a right footer himself. Who's the full
I'm
forward?
just wondering you're giving your advice before the game whether that fellow had in fact ridden his bike to the match.
Yeah, he must have.
What do you think, mate?
I think we're onto something.
Star.
I think with one-off engineering, Winstock should go on the back of a bike, if you ask me. Quick tap down the centre here, but it's Yarra Glen who's going to run it out quickly.
It's looking bad.
It's making great inroads towards their forward line, just outside the 50 on the far side. It was trying to keep it in.
Himself.
Yeah, but the boundary umpire says, I think I'd rather have a go, please, and I'll bring it in on the attacking forward flank here for...
In front of a white bus in the outer. Good crowd here today, by the way, folks. A nice crowd. A boundary throw in. Gone right to the back of the pack, and a incident here has caused
Holding the man in the ruck
to the River Pigs. I don't know what that was for, but it's kicked high in the air, a left footer. It's gone towards centre half forward, and a mark. Bendigo Bank saved the day, Mark. He's coming back onto the commentary side of the commentary side of the ground, and good running through the pack. That's nice work by the River Pigs, but one of the worst kicks you've seen this year. Number 20, that was Kiridopoulos. His nice Chinese name. The ball's gone on the ground and it's wrestling again. Oh, that's a free kick, surely to goodness. He just picked him up and thrown him aside like an old teddy bear.
Yeah, he looks like a bit of a walking tank.
Well, I don't know what the umpire was doing there because he was standing right in front of it. The ball's gone high in the air for another throw-in. The Rucks get it out. Number 6 for the River Pigs has kicked it into the forward line. Oh, they hit him on the hand pass out the front. They've still got possession of the footy, the Rivers, and that's a kick across the face of goal, and it's going towards the boundary line and out of bounds on the full, and it's going to be a kick to Broadford. Yes, right in the back pocket in front of the family Osteo sign. So back pocket, Matt, on the outer side of the ground, sun glistening on the grass.
Short start, jab, just gets it to, it was a kick was there, but it was touched and now to be out of bounds, just inside the attacking 50 now. We'll bring it back in. A couple of players, Wiles now has just come off number 15 after a heavy knock here, the Yarra Glen player, so we're not sure if we'll see him again. The ball comes back in. Ruckman jump up, they get touch on it, probably there in Broadford's favour, but it goes out to Yarra, who then send the ball to the top of the square. Big men flying way too early.
Gracious.
Umpire saying, I think that was, he's paying the free kick, even though one player went up a bit.
That was a bit of an early
playing the
goal,
mark.
so-
It was a mark, but the guy did a kangaroo up in front of him. It should have been a free kick.
It was a full calendar year that he went up ahead of him, as a kick coming out now was too far and over the top.
It's an interesting thing about the back line for Broadford, one man and one opponent coming back now, but there's hardly anybody in that end of the ground, is there?
In the forward line there, there's no one at all. The boundary umpire's been told to hold it.
Yes.
And
why is he saying that?
now he's giving him the nod. He bends his back and brings it back in. The ruck, pretty even there, probably in favour of Broadford, but couldn't get it down to anyone strong. But now it's Duggan there who gets it out. Yes, runs it down the wing now. Number 13 got pushed. The umpire says, dropping the ball. So number 13 there in Norris.
Well, it
little hard done,
boy.
Little hard done as the intercepting attempt there by number 15 there in Welsh was unsuccessful. We're in the true wing area. Quick handball off by Yarra Glen. If they try and run it forward, the kick's ugly. It's up now. A punch away. Successful there by Broadford. Good defence and wrapping it up there. And the field umpire will say, I'll have that. Probably 55 metres out. Right in front of us here, David, on the broadcasting side of the ground.
There it is. Umpire throws it in the air. Another nice knock out. That'll be Austin, I guess. But no, it's not. It's 75, however that is. That's Creswell.
Fennick got that away down the ground. David to number 9 there, but he couldn't hold it. And Johnson, it's been wrapped up. It's trying to get out, but they've outnumbered here, Broadford, but they're fighting hard. Attempt to kick the ball back in. It's sloppy. Ball's not being picked up well. Finally, the troops come back for Broadford, but it's Yarra Glen who seem to be having more control over it, over the top of their handballs. It's kind of playing piggy in the middle here against Broadford. A quick kick to the true centre wing. Good one there. Finds number 20 there in Kikolopoulos, who then quicks the ball away again. A quick pass. No, can't get it away.
Umpire's in the way.
Yep, rush kick back down the ground towards the forward flank area. It's up for a tap and it's out of bounds just around the corner from the Yarra Glen interchange.
Do you reckon it was Pate holding the ball on this side of the ground when the guy pushed him in the side?
Yeah, they paid for dropping the ball.
He pushed him in the side, mate.
Oh, I'll read about it tomorrow, David. I'll read the paper.
Yes, okay. Make a note to get the paper, will you?
Oh, well, I'll buy you an extra copy.
It's gone over the back, and the River Pigs have got the footy, but it's a good tackle. Thrown him to the ground. The umpires is playing. Don't worry about that. And that's number 7 again. He's not a bad footballer for Broadford. Oh, nice running here. That was Carmen that, of course, got it out, and that's a lousy kick. And number 6, Mackenzie has got it.
Yep.
The River Pigs have got it again. That's good running again. Oh, it looks like he might be caught here. The River Pigs have still got it. Goodness gracious, how long can they have it without doing anything constructive?
Number 15 there in Welch, David, having a shot.
Welch, he's not a bad player either. Welch, I'm starting to warm to him. I don't mind him at all. Do you know anything about him?
He's the ex-captain, I believe, 2019 season captain.
Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah, well, he's not a bad player, mate. He's got quick leg speed.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's quite a good build. He's the I think he's also the greenskeeper now at the Broadford Golf Club. So he's a bit of he
multitasking.
swings a bit of golf clubs, I think.
There we go. Quick ball up there, tap in favour of Broadford. Quick knockdown, the running player has a shot at goal.
Oh, just cross the face.
But tapping the shoulder. It's a minor score, David. That brings it to 3-4-22 to 5-5-35.
Yes.
In favour of Yarra Glen.
Broadford need to do something.
If they can lock it in here, David, this will be the key. Capitalise on it as Yarra Glen try and bring the ball out. Quick
Nice
short
kick,
pass.
Nice kick, look at that.
No one on number 7 there, David.
He's a good player, Tate.
Tate, yep.
And this kicked across to the outer side of the ground to a man standing in between 2 Broadford players. Oh, nice smother that. Ball's gone backwards towards the half-back flank. Rivers got it again. They've kicked it around the outer side, and there's a man that's marked it. Oh, tried for the hand pass. It's got a play on. A nice kick in towards the centre of the ground. They've still got possession of the footy, but they're not doing much with it. They're messing around, and that looked like a fair belt on the skull.
Yeah, that was a love tap if I've ever seen one.
And there might be a concussion test or 2 going on here.
That's a head knockdown.
Yeah.
15, Welch.
Bit nasty.
That's his second hit. So he's in the wars a bit now. Quick short pass, not flash, not delayed there by
Didn't go
Broadford.
far enough,
No, that was at 7 metres at best. Ball comes out. Better hand movement by Yarra Glen so far. Their handballs have been excellent. The kick's not so flash, but
Good
number
running.
5 there running. It's Gardner. Can't make his mind up. Goes inside the attacking 50. The kick's a shocker. I think it's touched. It's knocked back down, and Broadford's defence now running the ball back out to this far wing. Numbers 2 on 2. Great kick, and a mark here for number 9 there in Johnson. He's going to go wide again, 2 on 1.
Sure.
Not a great option there, and that was a defensive mark coming out for number 33 here in Evans. He'll kick it right in front of us now. Another punch,
Oh,
but can't push in the back there. Number 24, Telford again, getting the ball a fair bit here for Yarra Glen. He'll go inside the attacking 50 with a big looping kick. Numbers favour Broadford, and a full back there doesn't even jump, just puts his hands up and says mine. And he'll hold.
He shut his eyes there.
He did indeed. And he'll come out of the defensive 50 with a big kick down to the wing. Numbers 2 on 2. No one can get that one. Bit of sun glare there. And everyone's looking for Polaroids as the boundary umpire here will bring it back in.
Look at, did anybody catch that? A Polaroid? Do you know what that is?
A Polaroid.
No, he said Polaroid.
I said Polaroid.
He said Polaroid. There is. Oh, anyway, the ball's gone. They've got the footy. That's the Rivers have gone to the ground again. Broadford are going in hard. Oh, there's a decent whack on the skull. 2 of them are down.
That's holding the
doesn't
leg.
Look good.
He's tripping.
Do
He's
something.
holding the leg. He's picked it on him.
I
So
saw that. But
that's-
what about the first one to the skull?
yeah, that wouldn't have been a tickle, would it?
The cranium.
Yeah.
23. Yeah, that's Digger, is that?
It's Duggan. Duggan again. Good kick, Duggan.
Okay. Oh, there's a nice little pass. Gone about 8 feet. And picked
Norris.
up by Norris. Norris has got the footy. He doesn't know quite what to do with it, and that's a beautiful kick to a leading player, but just happens to be on the opposition. So the ball's gone left foot. There's a large number of left footers in Yarra Glen.
Yep.
And some Protestants as well. You know what that means?
Yeah, I do know. On the far side, they picked it up
They've still
there.
got possession of the footy.
That's Mackenzie.
It's going across the outer side of the ground, and there's going to be a wrestle towards the boundary line. He's trying desperately to get it over the boundary, but he can't find a way to do it. He's thrown it out backwards. That's got it over the boundary line. And our good friend, the boundary umpire, is going to officiate again.
And the sun's right in the eyes here for the boundary umpire. He's going to bring it over his shoulder, thankfully. The ruckmen get together, tapping against each other, looking up.
Good
Probably
play.
a win there too. Broadford, but picked up by Yarra Glen. Again, knocking going in Broadford's favour. But they've got better hands, Yarra Glen, as they feed it off and then attack inside their 50. Looking for a lead up forward with Mackenzie. Can't get it there too. Coming out over the shoulder there. That's Duggan again, or possibly, Duggan, no, Austin coming out of defence.
Austin, yeah.
Big kick out towards the wing, using the full length of the ground, and it dribbles over the boundary line, probably more between wing and attacking forward flank there for Broadford. A good repelling attempt there too, and better organisation in their back line.
You notice those houses over the road got excellent view of the footy off their veranda.
We could commentate from there next time, couldn't we?
Well, we could do that, but we wouldn't have the video champ with us here, would we?
We wouldn't, or the boys here, or probably Mark.
Well, anyway,
We'd just be two
well,
guys shouting
shouting
from a boundary, wouldn't we? We'd just be two blokes.
Well, yes. Well, the Rivers have got it again. It's gone towards three Broadford players, and he dropped the mark. That was a shocking effort, but it's the way it goes. It's easier when you're not out there. The ball's being flicked across now, and a little kick off the ground. That's clever play.
Football.
Clever play. The Rivers have got it, and they kick it towards the goal square. And Bendigo Bank, saviour of the day, has brought it around towards the commentary box. They're running hard. Lucas is after it, but he can't get anywhere near it. And the ball's over the line.
So you'll have that as a throw-in, folks. There's a couple of opportunities here for deliberate, but we're letting it go. The umpire's giving a charitable mindset. It's right in front of us here in the commentary box area. Pretty much the back flank for Broadford. The boundary bends his back, spinning in. Ruckman bounce against each other.
Oh, he's done it well.
Yeah, win him there, but not down to his own player. Number 24 there in Telford gets the ball back inside the attacking 50.
Good mark.
Strong mark there by Yarra Glen, and a quick short pass. Oh, and a mark at the back by number 16 there in Morrison again. That was sneaky.
He's not bad. That was a good kick, though. It gave him the run at it. Nobody could have possibly cut that off.
All right, Matty, we're going to give you... He's lining up for a shot here. I want you to talk to folks through what you can see and how it's going to go.
I think he'll be aiming out by that right foot post, and Pipe shows a right foot, so he'll swing it back into the...
As he's stepping in, there's your prognosis, folks. Morris, under the tutelage of young Matt. Kick. It's pretty much dead eye, but it's drifting late. Didn't get the distance. And a tap off the line. No, went over the back. And the umpire said it's a major score. So there we go.
Goodness, it looked to me like they were...
that's a...
Has Broadford got an arc?
That's a risky call.
Could I bring this to your attention?
What's that?
Benny was on the mobile phone there.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if he's checking the TAB results.
No, we don't endorse that kind of behaviour, thank you, David.
Well, they don't.
And I don't think Benny would actually do that.
I think Mark...
I do no such thing.
Yes,
Mark should chastise. Mark, are you going to chastise this guy for looking up the TAB results on his phone?
Wouldn't do it.
So
we're at an interesting stage.
6-5-41 to 3-4-22, back in the middle now in favour of Yarra Glen. They're taking a domination on the scoreboard now. It's starting to stretch out. Come inside their attacking 50, over the shoulder, let go. Ball hits the ground. It's up for anyone to grab, but no one can get control. But finally the defence comes out for Broadford, kicking wide to their flank. But there's too much speed coming off number 7 there in Tate. He's got it. He does it. Don't argue. Double backs on himself. Turns around. It's got all day to do it. But his kick, atrocious. Straight to a Broadford player on the wing there. We can't pick up who he is now. And Fennick, he'll bring it inside the attacking 50 if he can make the distance. Find a player, but can't hold on to it.
Pick that up.
Pick it up now, finally. Gets the handball away. Big man's got the ball, goes down like a tree. They try and get hold of it, but there's too much pressure here from Yarra Glen out of defence, and now they'll go wide to 15 here in Wiles, who took a heavy thump before. He handballs it off to running support, which go inside the attacking 50. And then he has the mark there. That's number 21 in Whelan. He tries to play on, he wheels around, does a short pass, and finally finds a man. Oh, tough mark.
I tell you what, they need to watch number 32.
Bradshaw's got a bit of a number wild, then again kicks across, opening up the angle. That's there for number 9 in Ashton. He then tries to centre a kick. Broadford has gone to sleep defensively. They have their hands on their knees and their haunches, and they're not picking up players. That was when everyone just switched off then, and that was done 3 passes without any real contest. Now they'll line up for a haircut that looks like Smith from the Bulldogs.
Looking a bit ugly, this. There he goes.
Kick.
Bad looking kick.
Umpire jumps to his right, but he says that's a minor score. Wow. So that does still keep the chances open. 3-4-22 to 6-6-42. A 20-point lead here to Yarra Glen. David.
But that's the worry. 7 shots to 12. And that's about the way the standard of the game would indicate. It's 15. That's Welch. He's not a bad player. He's done a few good things. What's he going to do now?
Oh,
goodness
no,
me,
David.
I don't think so.
He's gone across the goals.
goodness, but they're getting away with it because why did they get away with it? Because their kicks were effective. But that is not an effective kick. It's bounced about 3 times and it spun him around in a circle, and that's a free kick. For goodness sake, that's a dangerous tackle. Went to the ground, but the ball's back in the centre for the Rivers and kicked in towards centre half forward. That's not a mark. Goodness
the umpire
gracious.
has paid it. Says it was touch number 6 there for Broadford. Cook saying, I had my fingers all over that. Can get NSI down here to actually do a fingerprint test.
He just about laced the footy out there, the guy, but
indeed.
nevertheless, guess what's happened? He's going to pay the mark, and it's
straight to Morrison again.
Morrison, he'll kick this. What do you think, mate?
Well, he's gone for his 4, so I say he's a bit confident. I think he'll put this straight to the 6.
It's looking very likely. He's a good kick. Oh, look out, he's got the Kennedy run up, and that's no worries.
Straight down the middle.
No worries, straight down the middle, as Matt said.
A dominating quarter so far for the scoreboard by the River Pigs.
Looking ugly, but what
26
can they
point
do? Well, for a start, they can start to get to within touch of their opponents. I would say they're getting too many easy possessions, aren't they?
Brophy's letting it slip here, I think.
This is where a general in the back line who rallies the troops and gets their heads back into the right spaces. I saw 3 sets of hands on hips while the ball was still up for conjecture in that back line. It was still in play, and yet they'd all stopped. Finally, we get back into the middle of the ground here, and there's a chance now if Broadford need to, is take control of this game in the middle and run it out. They can't at the moment as the ball gets tapped down, it gets dropped and let go. The umpire says, I'll give that as an okay. It's bouncing around now and no one's getting possession. And we'll have a ball up for a second time here. So Broadford really need to try and get their control of the centre back into their...
Hart gets his hand to the footy or not, but it didn't do it that time.
No.
Ball's come out to Lucas, who's in the centre of the ground now, and that's an intelligent move. I think he's an opportunity, but the ball's on the ground. They're wrestling and fighting through the ball out, of course. Nothing. Play on. The umpire says I'm going to throw it up eventually.
So I'm seeing more second efforts coming here from... Yarra Glen than I'm seeing coming in from Broadford as the ball taps up. Knocked down, probably Broadford's favour, but then intercepted by Yarra Glen. They then bring it out inside their attacking 50. There's loose men everywhere here for Yarra Glen, but as it goes out the back, the small men get an option. Off the ground, there's a dribble kick, and one of the ruckmen... Oh! And he's kicked it, but he's left it behind as Smith steps around here. Number 5, a bit of a shake and a shimmy. An excellent goal there by Gardner.
It's a Shane Warne goal.
It was. He did that goal, and he did it with a great hair. He's just got a mop of like David Lee Roth from the 1980s.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't think you did, and neither do the boys. I'm stuck in a middle generation here, Mark. And now that's dominating into a 32-point lead now to Yarra Glen.
I thought one of the most entertaining plays of the day was Morrison there, where he tried to do the Gene Kelly network on the kick, missed it altogether. Ball went 3 inches, and he was out of the play.
Bit of a gimme, wasn't it? Bit of an airy.
It was.
Nothing but net.
Did well to get to the footy and get it, but that's the way it goes. So Hart is up there again. He got the knockout again. He's a good leaper, Hart. But can they clear the ball away as a consequence? No. Well, number 6 has got up for Broadford, and the umpire says in the back.
Unfortunately, I think it might have an injury here for Broadford as well in the process of the tackle there. Number 15 there too, and Welch has hurt himself. Kicked back into the middle there, finding 24 there in Telford. Getting a fair bit of ball, Telford. Kick again out wide, looking for Morrison. Big leap. No one can hold it. A lot of pressure here in the forward line coming from Yarra Glen. Can't pick the ball up by Broadford. Finally does. Gets it out wider. Doesn't. 1-2. That's good to see. The kick. Finding number 32 there in Bradshaw. Coming out of his defensive area. Short pass. And finds someone in the middle. Probably not the man he was after, but he got the next best person there. They're coming now into their attacking 50. 3-on-1. Should have marked that, but punched it away. Number 6 here in Cook. Picks it up. Goes into his attacking forward pocket, looking for somebody, but can only find the boundary line. It gives Broadford a chance to get a breather defensively and move all their efforts down into the forward area.
Well, there we are. What an ordinary kick to get it up into the forward line, but the boys up there did their best to contest it and to keep it up there. So they've got to keep possession of the footy in this forward half of the ground. It's in need of a desperate score for Broadford. Ball's thrown in the air. Boundary throw in, that's Hart got it down again, but they're not really clearing it away. Nice hand pass out the back, that'll be Austin that's got it, I think, but into the centre, over the top of their heads, not clean possession to anybody. Picked up now with a left footer, that's my friend Lucas. Lucas has tried hard to get it towards the scoring zone, but they run it over the boundary line. And the Broadford fella quite correctly is saying, what about pushing it out of bounds?
Is that out of bounds or out of the full?
No, it's out of bounds.
Is it?
Yeah, the boundary umpire's going to throw this in. He's got the Sharon in his hands right as we speak, mate. So there it is, only a few metres around from the point post, right in front of the old netball courts. And high throw in, that's a good one. Hart got his hand to the footy again. Kicked in towards half forward. They're running with it, the Rivers. They've got it out. A good bounce too. That's pretty good play. Out in front of the commentary box, almost on the centre wing. Number 61's got a hand, passed it away. Number 6 has got the kick a few times today.
There's a bit of snuff down here with play.
Yeah, there's a little bit of less, a little bit of, well, which will always be an issue for conjecture because there's usually 2 players in this situation. But at the moment, it's only Cresswell who'll come off. And
pretty nasty there where one player spread across the fence openly without a defence opportunity. Yeah, it's not a good sign here too. So the siren's gone for the end of the quarter there. So that's half time, folks. It's half time, 3-4-22 to Broadford, 8-6-54. A substantial lead there by Yarra Glen as the umpire will bring up the start of the third quarter as the big men fly. No one can get it. The only thing coming down right now is the rain. But it's first time chance here for Broadford as they lose way but come back out of the centre square. The chance to actually get the ball into the attack, but it's cut off again by that strong defensive line that Yarra Glen's been showing. The kick inside the centre is met by an airy, and it's the simple basic skills now with the handballing from Yarra Glen that's dominating the game as they push wide here for Wiles, who kicks out into the wing area, or sorry, the forward pocket area, knocked back down and brought back to the defensive wing for number 9 there in Ashton, who puts the ball inside the attacking 50. No one can pick it up. It's getting wet. It's getting slippery. And the ball's going to be locked down there for a ball up as the weather turns foul, David. It's not good. It looks like a winter game. Quite different to the conditions we've experienced earlier in the year. The rain is coming down. There's a black crow sitting on the fence. Oh, in fact, there's a lot of black crows out on the ground now. And there's the ruck duel. Knocked down by the River boys, down to the ground, fighting hard, struggling out the front. Telford again that's going for the footy. He's going to get a free kick. And a nice kick into centre half forward, but no mark to anybody. Ball's gone to the deck. Kicking off the ground might be the order of the day here, and that looks like a goal. Yep. Kicked off the ground, as we said, only about 15 metres from goal. And what do you think, Benny?
Yeah, that was quite a bit too easy for him, I reckon.
Well, there's only one way to do things in these conditions, as you pointed out, Matt. That's fundamentals come to the fore. Got to push the ball forward. Any opportunity. You see that black crow go straight over the window?
Big enough to cook, wasn't he?
He was. I'm a bit worried about that. It looks like the attack of the crows.
It's like we're back in Adelaide with the crow eaters.
Adelaide. Well, there we are. That's another goal, and that's a dangerous one for Broadford because it's happened pretty quickly after half-time. Matt, the ball's back in the centre of the ground.
Knocked back down this time by Broadford, but their hands are still too quick by Yarra Glen. They're showing dominancy here, and a quick smother, chance for a turnover. But again, this shower of rain is putting a question mark on Broadford's ability to control the ball by hand or foot. Attack inside the 50, intercepted there by Duggan, who's played a good role there. Oh, gets brought down afterwards. And the umpire says that was in the back. So he finally gets possession, but it's not after a great deal of unduress. He now brings the ball outside of his attacking 50. He's probably going to go long. Makes a fool out of me. Goes short and then straight to the arms of Yarra Glen, who then kick back inside their attacking 50. But they only find number 32 there in Bradshaw, who comes across the goal. David's favourite subject. And as the ball hits the ground, it skids, it slips, it slides,
effort, Matt.
And it goes right across the out of bounds there on the far side.
Waste the time and effort to kick the ball back, sideways across the goal and put it out of bounds. If you're going to get it to a man, that's a different thing altogether.
Indeed.
It's a boundary throw-in, Benny.
Yep.
What's happening?
Yeah, looks like Broadford won the tap, but went to no one's advantage, really.
Kick back in towards the half-forward line now. Ball's on the ground, mishandled. It's a bit slippery and wet now. The old Sharon is like a cake of soap, one would imagine. Ball's on the ground. They're wrestling and fighting. A good idea would be for the umpire to pay a free kick a bit quicker in these conditions.
He's found one, I think. Nope, he's saying, I'd like a free kick. Give the ball to me. David, this has been turned into a battle of inches now, a World War I kind of wet ball. Every feet you get is a win as it gets tapped back down. Now's a chance for Bradshaw, held without the ball. The umpire's let that one go. Again, a hold without the ball. There's a lot of manhandling here with no benefit. Finally, the ball comes back out. No one can get real control over it. It's turning into a slippery soap affair, but finally now it's Duggan there. No, Austin will bring it out now, looking for 1-on-4 here in the forward line. Can't get it, but great tackling there, and the umpire's found it. Sling tackle is given against number 9 in Johnson, who feels somewhat cheated by the fact that he just did a regular tackle, but holding across the arms and brought him the other player on the face is the hard part. Interception there, bad kick, out wide now, and Broadford, chance to come over here by Lucas, kicks it long, looking again for Austin, can't find it, out the back comes the players for Yarra Glen, and it comes across the interchange, right in front of the interchange section there for Yarra Glen, probably pretty much on true wing, David.
Now, you know there's players sitting there in front of the coach's box and other officials there. They shouldn't be on that boundary line. The boundary umpire is entitled to free access to the entire boundary. They shouldn't be standing there. It's dangerous too if there's a scuffle near them.
Good hands off there, David. Number 6 there. Cook has then centred the ball 2-on-2. There's a chance here for Broadford if they can get possession. It's on the ground. Yep, kicking along, but no one can pick it up. Both players hit the ground. It's a tussle, but they're tussling against each other at this point in time. Finally, it taps out, but the umpire's found it too high, going to Yarra Glen's favour.
I think they're going to be paying more free kicks in this situation. And free kicks are there, by the way. You can find them if you look hard enough. So the ball's back in possession now, I think, of Wiles. Wiles has had the ball a few times, doesn't he, Matt?
Yes, he's done well. He took a hard hit.
Free kick.
Yeah, that's nowhere in contention for the ball there. Chopping the arms there of the Yarra Glen player. Number 9 there in Ashton now will have a chance to go forward, David.
Well, kicked across the ground to a contest. Nobody could mark it. It's gone to the ground again. And that's a somersault. I don't know whether he propelled himself or was given a shove by somebody, but he did a triple somersault. And looked like he could get in the Olympics with a work like that. The ball's out of bounds, over the line, out of bounds in front of the Kemp's Bakery, Matt's old employer. The
free kick's going in Broadford's way. There's a lot of loose tackles coming here, folks. The skills are starting to drop from, I guess, fatigue, or maybe just it's a slippery ball. A cardinal sin across the goals is about to be attempted, but final change of mind, centred. Found by Broadford now in their defensive 50, gone now wide.
Another one.
Only winner here is probably going to be the boundary line, and it is. A ball in front of the scoreboard here.
Now, Cardinal Sin, is that a relation of Cardinal Pell?
I'm not touching the subject. And we're going to move on quickly here as that beep of the truck backing up is me leaving the commentary box. In the ball comes in. Quick pick up there by Yarra Glen into their attacking 50. An attempt by the full forward. He gets the first chance.
There's a free kick.
Kick goes up. It's a hospital. And only over the boundary line for a throw-in.
I thought physical removal of a spinal cord was a free kick in football. But perhaps it's not.
If it's done with finesse, then it's okay, David, obviously.
Finesse. Well, the ball's out of bounds again, yet again, and it's going to be out of bounds a few times during this second half, one imagine. Boundary umpire's thrown it in pretty well. Good contest in the rucks. Gone to ground, shuffled out the front with a handball. The Roos have got it, but can't get another position up the ground. Poor kicking, ineffective kicking. The Riverside boys have got it.
Great tackle there.
The ball. He tried to beat about 12 blokes, but he couldn't beat any. And the ball gone to the ground. And that's Lucas again. I think he's a good player, Lucas. Don't mind him at all. And this is good running. This bloke can run a bit, I tell you. He's not a bad footballer at all. He's done that really well. That's Austin, isn't it?
It is an Austin indeed.
Yeah, I like his style. Look, he's running again. He's trying to open up the play.
Out to Norris.
He's run a fair bit. That's a terrible kick off the side of the boot. That's the Fred Astaire kick. And that's in the back and push again. They've taken it across the ground to the outer side into the pocket. But over the back it's gone, and this is dangerous now for the Roos because they're in possession of the footy. Tried to bounce it on the wet track and it didn't go up. Never went anywhere. Wow, what a shocker. It's but picked up again, and that's a kick rather into centre half forward, kicked across to the other side of the ground. The Riverside boys have still got possession of the footy, kicked it off the ground. It's gone about 40 metres and through for a point.
David, every rule you break or you could break in wet football was just broken then. Bouncing the ball across the face of goal. Terrible idea, but out of the defence they come, looking for Austin on the far side here as Broadford, just outside their defensive 50. An attempt to go inside by Yarra Glen is unsuccessful, but finally the ball taps back out, centres and finds number 5 there in Gardner, who's going to quickly play on and centre the ball to the top of the square, and a quick attempt at mark unsuccessful, but it's a quick snap at goal across the ground. Oh, there's our Bendigo save of the day. number 32 there in Bradshaw, I think, no, 36 there in Hart, who just knocked it through with his foot and reduced it back to a 1 point instead of a goal.
You know that strategy you're talking about banking all the mistakes? I call that the non-fundamental strategy. That's Lucas. He's got the footy again. He's marked it right in front of the scoreboard on the western side of the ground, not far from the commentary box. So you bring it on. No, he said, he can't make up his mind what to do, and his hand passed it in the end. And whether that was a good move or not is yet to be determined, but he's taken the handball back, and that's a left footer into the centre of the ground. Hart hasn't taken a mark all day, and he doesn't look like he's going to get one. Ball's gone to the ground. They're pushing it out. The Riverside boys have got it again. What are they? The Ridgebacks.
River Pigs. Off goes number 9 there. Ashton running it out to number 4 in the middle there for Binnon. He can't make his mind up. Running past again there is Mackenzie. Quick pass, but hit the ground first. The umpire's called it a mark for Binnon again into the attacking centre square area of the forward 50 there for Yarra Glen. They can't do much with it, and it gets kicked out and dribbled along the line to the outer side there to be thrown in as a ball in. David, no one's scoring much here, but it's the basic skills that aren't showing probably poorly on Broadford's front.
Matt, the ball's going to be out of bounds a few times, isn't it?
Definitely, no one's seen it.
Yeah, they can't do anything. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, they got flicked it out the back, and that's a nice looking kick. It's gone all the way, and nearly a mark, but gone to the ground, and the Riverside Pigs have got it again.
Yeah, that was better play.
And that's through because of what? A fundamental piece of work with the guy standing at the fall of the ball at the front of the pack.
Yep, so the smart thing there by the Yarra Glen smaller forwards there is that they're camping out around their full forward. They know that in this sudden wet weather that's just come through, a squall if you could call it, it's laden the ball with a lot of dew and made it slippery, but they're reading that off the forward, tapping it to the ground, running past and securing a goal here. So that's 3-4-22 to 10-7-67.
If I was coach at Broadford, I'd be putting Austin into the centre square and telling him to stay there for the entire match. He's quick and he's strong and he's aggressive. So ball come out now though, which is making it look like a mark tree because it's pretty good clearance, and that's gone towards the scoring zone. The Riverside Pigs have got it. They've pushed it to the ground, and that's holding the ball almost. He's thrown it away. There's another one. No, he's got through it. He's passed it again. And it's into the centre of the ground, and straight through the hands of Cook. That's unfortunate because it's now in the centre half forward position for Yarra Glen. Yarra Glen struggling hard, and they're going to get
throw it out. So they'll get a free kick here, Broadford.
Free kick. Is that Lucas again? Is it?
It is indeed.
Well, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Number 17 there in Phillips.
Well, I haven't seen him before, but no doubt he's playing all right.
Not now. Knocked back down, kicked ball back out.
Kick off the ground.
It's off the ground now. That's a throw if I've seen one. You can't handball sideways with one arm. The kick goes out wide now, looking for someone for Broadford on the wing there. Two players run at it, but it's the boundary line. It's going to be Successor there. Took a couple of opportunities for Broadford that came to nothing because they're having trouble finding targets up the ground.
Their disposals are not very effective.
The overhead runs really just aren't going to work here. It's where Carolyn can do their handball fast break.
Well, there it is.
So, David, why can a junior player identify that right here and now, and well done for saying that, Matt, and yet it's not being picked up by the seniors here? Overhead marks aren't working. Running play is going to actually win the game here, and Yarra Glen's showing that already with the fast ball movement.
So I see the strategy you want. You want Matt here to take over as captain of the senior team.
Coach.
Coach. Well, there we are, Matt.
That's a bit of responsibility.
Matt, what a progress. You've come in here today to do a bit of broadcasting and ended up coaching the seniors. Excellent. So what's happened in the meantime? There's another 18 minutes of the footy going on while we've been chatting.
Another minor score there to Yarra Glen.
Yarra Glen a kick.
You can forgive the inaccuracy now with the ground being as wet as it is, as the fullback brings the ball back outside the defensive 50, finding only an interception there on the far side there by, looks like, Johnson, who will actually bring it back into the top of the square. There's a player there, and again, a Bendigo save of the day. Quick kick out there on the wide side, looking here for number 1 there is Lucas. He has it, plays on, he'll get run down if he's not careful. He got rid of it though, handball away, the ball's still in Broadford's possession. The kicks though, 3-on-1 here, should get held here. Goes straight through everyone now, and this is the poor part about Broadford. Not talking about their teammates conversing well, and the ball comes back down here to Yarra Glen. Number 9 there in Ashton Quickly centres the ball to the greatest mullet on the ground, and a number quick pass out there to 63 in Crawford. Centres it to the top of the square. The big men jump. Of course, no mark is held. It's too wet. Hits the ground now, and now this is where the Yarra Glen smaller men take over. Number 20 tries to kick, couldn't get it away. Number 16 tries the same, and there's a mark again.
Just got right on the goal line.
On the goal line.
That's another Bendigo being saver of the day. Ball brought across the half-back line, now into the centre half-back position. That's Austin, the man I wanted in the centre of the ground, but he didn't mark it. He's got possession of the footy again, though, and then he's eluded two players. A nice hand pass. Lucas, the other man, he's got it. Could have been around the neck, but the play on. He's taken the advantage. That's a pretty ordinary-looking contest. Lucas has gone back, though. He's run 30 metres to get to the second play. He could have kicked it to himself. And Broadford got the footy. They brought it out, centre half forward position, looking kick through the hands of number 23 Hull of the River Boys. And ball's on the ground again. They're pushing it around. It's not going anywhere in particular. Number 12's got it. That straight. Well, look at it. Lucas again. Could he do something with it?
Right across the chops.
He's gone for the thyroid, and that's a free kick.
He stepped up in this quarter, David. He's doing his best. He goes inside the attacking 50, 2-on-1. Big ruckman, a big forward comes out, can't hold it. Bodies dive in there. There's not a lot of control, just a lot of intent. And in they go, but it's now being brought out by the full back now, outside to the wing. A knockdown, we're not near the ball. The umpires let that one go.
Play on, that's what I'd say.
And it's going to get rolled over the line here, brought in right in front of us here. In front of the commentary box here at the Harley Hammond Reserve.
Well, he did run into him, that's true, but I think that's okay if both of you are running for the footy, man.
Yes, we'll go with that, David.
Thank you. But who knows? It's interpretive, isn't it? That's a shocking throw-in, by the way. Did you see it didn't spin? Number 4 has got it. That's Binion. He's had a few kicks this quarter. The ball's out the back. There's only one player for Broadford out the back. Can he get it? He's got to get it. That's the reality. And he kept it in front of him. He's pushing it towards the goal. That might be the best technique of all. And the guy's kicked it off the ground for the old Riverside boys, and that's a goal. And that was a mistake to hit it towards the goal. He should have been handling it the other way towards the boundary line.
Beginning to look like a wet weather tsunami here. This is 3-4-22 to 11-8-74. It's a 52-point lead, and it's happening because of surely of two things. The intent from Yarra Glen is driven and hard, but the skills are wet weather football skills, David and Matt.
Yeah, Yarra Glen are just winning the ground ball too easily.
Yep.
You know, it's either getting cloudy or the glass on this commentary box needs cleaning.
Mark's going to impose a new law that you can breathe in now, but you can't breathe out.
Okay. Well, that's possible. I've done that before, but only for several hours at a time.
Okay, ball back in the middle, up it goes. Ruckman, jump. Oh, win there by Broadford. Quick hands off. There's a chance now. Kick over the top there. Finding number 6 there in Cook. He stakes a claim to it on the wing. Kicks it inside the attacking 50. Looking for a lead. Can't find one. At the back there. Hands aren't good. So it's the big men who can't get the marks. And Broadford's smaller men aren't pressing up to make themselves available. As an attempt to try and get a hold of the ball is fraught there by Broadford. Run out there by 29 there in Skittle. And then out deep inside to the centre square there, but it's a quick attempt to throw the ball out. A great tackle there by Broadford, and now a shot at goal for I'm just trying to work out who that might be. It's number
13, I think.
13 there. I think it might be Norris. A short kick. Terrible idea. The umpire though is bringing the ball back. And we're trying to work out if it's a kick down the ground for 50 or a 50-metre penalty. No, it's back because it wasn't over the mark. So,
got to go behind the man in the mark.
Boys, it's a kick from pretty much 50 metres. Benny, can he do it?
I know, it looks like he's going for it.
Big kick, follows through. Distance looks good. They jump over the top of the back. And he snuck one in for a major for Broadford. Finally hitting the scoreboard with a major in the third quarter now, 4-4. 28 to 11-8-74. That hopefully might raise everyone's sensations here and feelings on the Broadford side, David.
That was the minor 10 scoreboard, by the way, that you were referring to.
I am indeed.
Yes, it will raise the hopes a bit, but they need to do a few more of those before the three-quarter time break.
We need 2 more, Ben. Can we get them?
Yeah, I reckon we could get it.
But interesting the way that happened, because there was a bit of a body contact in the goal square. All the guy had to do was put his arm up and it would have been touched.
Yep.
But that's the way it goes. You've got to take everyone you can get.
The umpire's taking his time, quagging through a minor quagmire of swampish area in the centre there. He gets himself ready, up it goes, the ruckman jump. No one gets it, David's favourite. The winner was the ground there, but it's BROADFORD who get out by dumb luck and go into their attacking 50. The small men run, and it's a quick mark, probably 35 metres out there by number 12 in Stray, who's
youngest player.
Yeah,
He's the captain of the under-17s.
Under 17s captain. There you go, guys. Isn't it great to have that club knowledge here, David, to keep us on our toes?
And what about the bloke that kicked to him? Dunluck, you called him, didn't you?
Did too. Stray comes in, kicks.
Oh,
it's
a
backward.
good kick. That's a good kick, sir.
Back-to-back
Oh,
goals.
bring all the under-17s into this team.
We might have the momentum here.
And Matt's the coach, not me, the other Matt, and the 17s are in here. Is that what you're saying, David?
Yes. Well, I was referring to the bloke that kicked the footy, actually, but if they had another 12 of those, they could be in this game.
5-4-34 to 11-8-74. We're back down to a 40-point deficit.
I'm not accepting that score unless you tell me what scoreboard that is.
That's the minor 10 scoreboard.
Thank you very much.
If it's a scoreboard that's worth standing up in this weather, it must have been built by minor 10.
Yes, exactly. Well, I don't know about that. But it's a sunny day today. Get the suntan oil out and slip, slop and slap.
Back up it goes. Tap this way in favour of Yarra Glen and the River Pigs, but the desperation as it goes forward from both teams. There's an attempt with the ball there that's poor, and it's a bit of a raffle to see who can get it out.
Lucas, good tackle.
Wrap it up at the centre half forward area for Yarra Glen, and the umpire says, I'll have this back again and give it a try, David.
Well, there you are. That's about centre half forward, or perhaps a little further towards the centre than that, but up go the rucks. And, good knockout that time to the BROADFORD lad. And it's a guy there with a bandage on his head, looks a bit like he's had 13 skull operations. The ball's still on the ground, but picked up by number 6. That's Cook again. He's had the ball a couple of times this quarter and doing better. They've got possession of the footy. The bandage guy has got it. And then
Chamberlain.
Richard Chamberlain. He was in that Dr. Kildare. And ball's gone back. Number 17, Phillips has got it. Only went about 4'6", that kick. There's the worst kick. That's the worst kick for some time, but he's picked it up. And BROADFORD has still got the footy and jumped on his back, pushed him in the back, grabbed his clavicle, but nothing was done. Number 12 again, he's all right, that kid, isn't he? He's going to be all right. He's taken it again. Another hand pass. Well done, my friend.
It's a race on, David, the forward line. It's got through to number 11. He's being held all the time.
Oh, goodness me.
Off the ground.
Off the ground, son.
The free kick's been given for holding the man. That's Fennick.
Yep.
He wouldn't go to ground like the namesake. He didn't get an 8 count. He stood up, he held the area, and now he lines up for possibly, and a 50-metre penalty for chit-chat
But
back.
what can happen? If they give him 15 metres, he'll be out of the car park.
Watch out for my car.
He's only 22 metres out.
He taps that one through, putting BROADFORD's third goal in a row on the scoreboard, and now 6-4-40 to 11-8-74, a 34-point deficit.
And that's on the minor 10 scoreboard, by the
We're
way.
seeing a comeback.
They're still 30 points behind, aren't they?
And I'm still counting the fact that because of that red card in the second quarter, BROADFORD's still down one man, David.
Yeah.
I liked the play of Stray there again. He used his brain, did he not?
He did.
And Phillips too. I liked their play.
Now, that was a 15-metre penalty for chit-chat by the Yarra Glen player back to the umpire. So this is a change in the temperament now. Let's see if BROADFORD can dominate David.
That was a good knockout by the Hart. He's not a bad ruckman, but they don't get the clearances they should as a result of his good work. That's a hand pass to the ridgebacks, I'm calling him, as you know. And kick into the centre of the ground, into the mud heap, and that's Lucas has got it. He's put a left footer down into the forward pocket. The ball's going towards the boundary line, over the line and out of bounds once again. That's the 864th throw-in for the day.
David, the small forward should be reading the fact that any kick inside the attacking 50 is likely to go over the top because the players aren't holding the marks. They should be scrapping at the back.
Well, it's a pretty intelligent thing to do, to watch where the ball's going, isn't it? There's a free kick in the back.
In the back.
He's done everything except tear his back out.
Yep.
And they'll have possession of the footy, the old Ridgebacks. Yarra Glen, they're in control at centre half back with possession of the Sheriff, presuming that is.
Going to go across goals, David?
Yes, and look at that.
A
good contest, but the good defensive work, punch into the ground, that's by the leg, surely goodness. He's taken the Rail Mertens off his feet there. And no free kick at all. The ball's gone to the ground, and the umpire's going to throw it up.
Your favourite religious man, Cardinal Sin, just kicked across the ground. The ball got knocked away. A poor choice strategically with poor skills, David. The ball goes up inside the attacking 50 for Broadford. Chance for their 4th goal in a row if they can possibly do this. Some would not believe it as the ball gets locked in there for a 2nd ball up. And as we always know, David, a 3rd ball up is usually replaced by a free kick, no matter how petty it might be.
Well, having been a 20-year umpire, I'm not commenting on that.
Tap back down.
That Cardinal Sin, if he's going to play footy, he should have to wear his priest gear.
He's reballing that up again because it's a bad throw up.
And that's, that was a good ruck contest, but the ball's gathered by the Ridgebacks and kicked towards the centre of the ground and gone over the back, and that's a mark. It might be Austin, I reckon. But there's a kick in towards centre half forward, a good contest out the back. There's your clue of the world, mate. That's dropping the ball. He's dead cold. Come on, umpy, give it to him. Blow the Acme Thunderer.
He's too busy cuddling himself, this umpire. Arms across his own chest. Give the ball to me. I'd like a touch inside the attacking 50 for Broadford here. 40 metres around in front of the goal. Up it goes. Ruckman jump. Tap. Probably in Broadford's favour there. He spent it before he had it. The ball bounces back around. It's like magic ball for a pinball game. Tommy would do any better at this. Big man for YARRA Glen brings it back out. But the umpire's called something here.
Around the neck, he's saying.
That's, I think, 3/4 time if I can.
Oh, is that the
and
siren?
that's what it is. And what I can say here is a definite win for that quarter for Broadford.
Have you heard the siren?
I have.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm. It's not the loudest siren, I have to come to admit. It's very hard to hear.
I was at Carlton one day where Ray Sleeth was umpiring and the siren didn't work. They played 42 minutes in the last quarter.
That's a long quarter.
Well, there you are, Matthew Arnott, and we're back in the centre for the start of the last stanza in this clash between the Ridgebacks, YARRA Glen and Broadford. Ball's gone up in the centre of the ground. It's gone to the deck, and the hand pass out. The Ridgebacks have got it. The River Pigs have got it. Oh, that's good play. Number 9 has got it, and that's a long kick, and that might have sewn up the fat lady coming onto the oval.
She's singing, is she? Can you hear her, David?
That was Ashton, I believe. That is a very good kick and a bad start for Broadford to the last quarter.
That doesn't show very much hope in that comeback.
Yeah. All Broadford needs is to get their momentum going, but this doesn't have the outlook for them.
Well, that's
doubled their score.
What we just saw there was anti-momentum.
1 goal, and they've dropped their heads already, David, these two boys.
No, it's Broadford's probably dropping their heads too, all honesty.
You can see plenty of people holding their heads.
They're critical quick, aren't they, David?
Yeah,
I'm not buying into that. There's 2 of them. So the ball's coming out again. YARRA Glen have got possession of the footy. Number 6 has got it. Oh, that's McKenzie. He's kicked it around the half-forward flank. That's a mark. He runs off the mark. He's gone. That's holding the ball, son. Hand it over because Broadford have got possession of the footy again. Almost done the half-back flank. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, that was a great tackle by.
we see a few people leading here.
A few people leaving. Collingwood supporters.
Oh, free kick given.
They all go home at 3/4 time.
Yeah,
Incidentally, the reason I knew the Kilmore score was that was Wally that called in.
Oh, Wally.
He's up at wherever he goes on the river.
So we don't need to give an APB out. We know where he is, do we?
Yeah.
Quick kick out of the centre here now, finding Broadford. Got Kilmore on the brain. Coming in now from Stray with number 12 there, kicks deep inside the attacking 50. Big men fly. Ball held. Strong hands. What could have been a wet weather ball there. It's been picked up brilliantly. I'm just trying to work out who that is. Is that Johnson or Austin? I think it might be Johnson. No, it's Carmen, is it?
No, it's
Number 9 Johnson. Yep, correct. So he'll line up with a shot, boys. He's probably
He's a goal kicker.
On a slight angle here, but he's only around about 30 metres out.
He's kicked a few for the season. I say he'll bring this one around.
Comes in, follows through the kick, leans back. The umpire drifts to the left, drifts to the right, and finally says, I'm going to give that one a minor, which is a disappointing aspect.
Paul, they really needed that one.
That one was there, but here's a chance now for Broadford. They lock it in there defensively. Out comes the full-back. He kicks it to number 7 there in Tate, who holds the mark with this wet weather football.
He's had 20 kicks, this guy.
He has. He's coming out of the defensive 50 now. There's a short pass. A little bit dangerous, but gets off a handball away. Tries to run past.
There's a monkey.
And they're risking fate here. Yarra Glen, kick out wide there. Mark's not held, hits the ground there. Bodies dive on top. Careful not to give away a free kick. And eventually there's too much congestion there. And on the back flank here for BROADFORD, pretty much right in front of us, we'll see the umpire bring the ball up and bring in the big men to contest here for a chance to dominate the corner. Up they go, pushing the back there, straight in the back of the BROADFORD ruck. Free kick found here over the shoulder, going for BROADFORD. Number 1 there, David's favourite player, and Lucas will have this. His ponytail at the back, shining nicely, goes forward to attacking areas, can't find a player. There's a few late-minute tackles there on the play. A kick into the centre, not greatly angled, but picked up nicely by number 7 there in Tate, who tries to play on, gives the ball up. Kick off the ground, and now BROADFORD look for a chance there. They can't find it. The ball's been knocked back down with great pressure from number 7 there in Carmen. He can't get the ball away. There's a real tussle fight here for both teams to try and get domination of the ball. Number 9 there for Ashton, can't get it away. Quick handball out right in front of us now. A shepherd for the ball's unsuccessful, and away goes Yarra Glen with a quick pick up there on the back there by their defenders. Over the shoulder, the umpire's let it go, but he's going to let it go to the point that he has it, and there'll be a ball up just outside the attacking 50 for Yarra Glen, David.
On our side of the ground, that's the western side of the ground in front of the commentary box, where we can see the crowd pulling the scarves around their throats, getting set for the colder weather. And the ball's up in the air. That's Austin, knocked it away, gone towards the goal line. Lucas is out the back, but no, it's not Lucas, that's Phillips. Phillips is... perhaps that's why I think Lucas is playing such a good game. He looks like Phillips.
There's 2 of them, is there?
See, those players
now, great tackle by Carmen there. Took out the player number 63 in Crawford, who's pretty much a good 1.5 foot taller than him. Brought him to the ground, and when he got up, he lifted him up in a camaraderie aspect. Nice to see that.
Well, it's dangerous because they nearly went into those people I was talking about on the bench earlier.
There's a tackle on the foot there, a trip going in Yarra Glen's favour, David. They'll come out of their defensive back flank now.
That's right, and who's that?
Number 8 there, I think.
Ekars, there it is. It's a looping kick towards the half forward, towards the wing rather, and the ball's gone to the ground. He tries to get up with it. Yes, he did get up with it. I've got no idea who that player is. We haven't got him listed, but that's a mark.
16 to Morrison. He'll line up for number 4, David.
He's done that on the Axminster. That was a carpet mark. 16 Morrison, yes, as you point out. He's about 49 metres from goal.
I think Mark's in trouble.
Well said. We're going to send Ben down there to try to intercept it, Mark. Is that all right? Mark's nodding here because he's worried that the wet weather football might weigh an extra tonne and that might go right through the bonnet. So here we go, folks.
No, he hasn't made the distance, so that's fortunate.
Mark, here's the good news. We've got a great relationship with Kilmore and Seymour Toyota, so if there's any damage done, I'm sure they can fix it up.
Yes.
Might even be time for a new one, but it looks like...
The wisdom of youth, Mark. The wisdom of youth.
Oh, it's kicked out right in front of the commentary box. We can see clearly that's a really nice mark. That's Johnson. He's not a bad footballer, Johnson. He's going to do better sometime during the year, I reckon. It's kicked in towards the centre forward position. Not a bad effort. That's a nice looking effort. He couldn't mark it, but he dragged it down. And I don't know who that is, but it's kicked towards the forward pocket, and it's good scoring attempt. Perhaps no. They've got the defensive Riverside. They've got it. And that's number 3 is marked that that's
Kennedy.
Kennedy, is it Kennedy?
It is Kennedy.
Kennedy, okay, he's got the footy now on the half-back flank just in front of the opposition's coaching panel. And about 14 pushes in the back there. That was Hart that knocked that out. Gone towards the boundary line. That's there. Lucas.
No, dropping the ball is getting it against him.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, what a robbery. That is first-class robbery.
Ball coming back out here to number 8 there in Ekars. He's looking for options, but he's not finding much.
You should have to kick it longer than 8 inches.
He's made 7 decisions and cancelled every one of them. Deep down in the attacking 50 now. Pushing the back. Has he given it to him?
No.
He's paid the mark there.
Well, I think he just touched his hands on him. I don't think he actually pushed him. Anyway, that's
He's
bloody.
not feeling confident, but he's going to kick it down the line.
He's looking everywhere.
No, it's gone to the middle there. Short kick like with the SCG. Another short kick there. Now suddenly we're finding some skills. Coming up for number 13 here, and Norris runs down through the middle, looking deep inside the 50 for a mark out the back, but no, punched away with great defence from Yarra Glen's full back, who continues to run out with the ball and not give up on it. Great tenacity as the ball's wrestled eventually, dropped by him, and the umpire says, yep, that was incorrect disposal. And so BROADFORD will have a chance to go inside. They're attacking 50. It's a quick sharp pass, and a great mark there. Leading from the full forward, I think it is number 22 there in Austin, I think, who's made a great lead out there, held it on his chest.
He'll be kicking this from about 45 out.
And as Matt knows the ground, he's saying 45 metres out. Matt, you want to call it through for him, please?
I don't think by watching this guy kick earlier on in the game with the heavier bowl now, with all the water through it.
Oh, there's a prediction. He's mozzed him in the negative.
That was a brilliant kick to him,
But he's
by the
pulling
way.
up his socks. He looks like he's showing every sign of a professional full forward like yourself. Come on.
He might have this. He might have this.
What? You're changing your mind now?
If he to it properly, then he could make the distance. But with this wet ball, I don't see.
Here we go. With Matt's predictions coming in, he follows through the kick. It's got a bit of distance.
Easy.
He's got the distance, and he's hit the woodwork.
It's the second post in a row.
It's a lumberjack effort there. He's got nothing but wood, right, Matt?
Yeah, that's right.
Then he's chucked it in. He's throwing his shoe across the room. Ball's come back out defensively to the wing here, but BROADFORD's cut it off on the far side. They're going to go centre for the first time in the game. Suddenly found the concept of that can work for them, but they only went a bit backwards. And as they now go with a big booming kick inside the attacking 50. Watch out the back. It can't be held, but it's held there by a YARRA GLEN player in number 9 for Ashton, who'll come out of defence, go wide, looking for number 24 in Telford, who's been there all day. He kicks her a short pass, smart, but the ball can't be held. Under pressure, it turns over. 49, he kicks it. No, he's not on our list. He's on the back of his foot, and it's a great mark there. Yeah, kicking out wide now, looking for Lucas, our favourite player from David's hometown. And he goes back down the ground now, inside towards the attacking 50, out the back probably. Yes, it does. Tapped over the top, and it goes into the interchange area for YARRA GLEN.
That scoring opportunity where they hit the post, that kick to the guy on the lead was just fantastic. It's a pity they can't do that more times during the day.
Exactly.
So boundary throw-in, good tussle in the rack. Hart has done all right. He's battled his heart out. That battle his heart out to get that heart. And that's number 12. That's the under 17 bloke, is it? No, that's Phillips, that one, I think. Stray, that was him. It was him. And that's a bodgy kick. It's picked out the ridge back, right at centre half back. Austin standing on the mark. He's going to go across the other side of the ground. And that's a mark.
Man the goal square, David.
Kicked it
all
straight
by
to
himself.
him. But he's not even trying, is he?
Oh,
no. No contest.
Threw his body into it, but not his mind.
Yeah.
Coming out defensively.
It would have been useful if his hands had gone near it.
Yeah, true. Coming out defensively, that's too quick and too easy for YARRA GLEN. They're at their defensive back flank. They'll go wide to us here on the wing. Every second that ticks is a second against BROADFORD. Hits the ground now and bodies dive in. Quick handball out. Oh, why don't argue, is pushed away. And great strong body work there by the forward. Number 8 there in Eckars. He goes to the top of the square area and he fires his regular and reliable full forward there in Morrison.
This is his third chance kicking.
This is his third chance, yes, exactly, Matt, and kicking his fourth.
And this is a good one for Mark's car, I think.
Yeah, this one might actually dint it. I'm kind of, yeah.
How's that glass, I wonder, in the side?
David, whoever gets this, do they get the Woolworths quality kick of the day?
That'll be it. That'll be it. In fact, we might give it to Mark.
To fix his car. There's the kick. The umpire doesn't even practice his yoga. He gives 2 fingers for it. And if that isn't the fat lady singing with a death nail in the coffin, that's the end of the game. Score-wise, David, I would have to say it'll be a miracle from here.
What scoreboard is that?
It's a Mitre 10 scoreboard.
Is it the Mitre 10 scoreboard? It's not the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
It's the Bendigo Bank Saver scoreboard.
Or it's not even the
one-off engineering
scoreboard. Where is the one-off engineering windsock?
It's over up the other end there, David. It's pointing it at the ground. It's good. It's good. It's doing its job.
Is it indicating there's any wind?
No, it was being held up by strong engineering skills and Jane Bunn just before.
Okay, thank you. Now there it is, centre of the ground, and Hart. Well, good contest in the rack, but neither side has actually won anything out of the racks all day, have they?
It's not been dominated by anyone. It hasn't been smooth at all. It's been a real battle.
He's not a bad leaper, Hart, though. He can get his one hand to the ball, lost the physical contest there, pushed aside.
Sling tackle again. I do not like that call. There's a player who suddenly feigns the fact that he's just had his head slammed, suddenly jumps up with enthusiasm like he's not hurt. But that kick was a shocker. The umpire said it was in A mark to Broadford, number 11 there in Fenwick, who's played a good game now. David kicks in to the attacking 50, but only finding opposition on the back flank.
Well, ball's coming across the ground again. That's Telford. He's had the ball about 48 times. It looks like it's his own football. He's kicked it onto the centre wing, and that's number 8 has taken a mark. Ekars, he's had the ball a bit in this last quarter, and that's a good lead and a good pass. Not that far, by the way. And there's a man gone to the ground. The man gone to the ground with a very serious-looking injury to his leg, and he's got a bandage on the calf. But anyway, the ball has now come out the front. That was Gardner that picked up the ball, kicked it towards Willen, and Willen puts it into the pack, and they're bashing each other to pieces in here. Nobody's winning anything out of that. And number 32 is hobbling off Bradshaw. He's done a bit of physical work, but he'd be feeling like he's pleased to get off the ground, I'd imagine.
It's a combination of cramp and just a bad stretch there, but the ball goes up for a bounce just outside of just inside the attacking 50 there for Broadford, and he's paying the free kick for holding the ball. He did camp on that one, going back across the goal. Oh, we love that, David. Now, looking to get it backwards. We're going back.
They're doing it again.
And going back across the goal again. They raffled here, Broadford, who can take it, but there's no one to go to. Confidence is waning. The kick, short, sharp, powerful, but can't be held by Broadford. Now, Yarra Glen start to work their way back in. Turn over to Lucas, who kicks it down the line with a barreling kind of torp banana. And it comes back again to number 33 here in Bradshaw, who now works it out there. Some of the smaller players getting involved in there, number 2.
Oh, good bump, son.
And then come across, there's a little bit of anger on this side of the ground as frustrations start to extend. And there's a short pass into the attacking 50 here for Yarra Glen. Broadford trying to mop it up. There's only one defender in there doing anything. The rest can really do with a chance to get involved. But it's a quick, sharp shot, a goal across the face for a minor score.
Touch through.
Touch through.
And that's the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's 13 goals, 10, 88 to 66-42. It's definitely becoming a game of endurance now. So that's a nice kick. It's gone about 50 metres down the side, and that's Telford with his 19th mark for the day.
He's done well today, Telford.
He has, and there's nothing much of him, is there? He's kicked it into the centre. That's a nice looking kick. 5, that's Gardner's got it, kicked it across the other side of the ground. They're standing on their own, no opponents, and they've still got possession of the footy. That's a lousy kick. They would put it into a situation where they couldn't mark. Hand pass out, going towards a spare man running, put it on his left foot, and it's through for 1 point only. And
going close to Mark's car! Hit the car!
What?
We've hit Mark's car!
Oh.
Today we've had everything, folks. Outside of a pig and a streaker, we've at least hit Mark's car. That's a terrible, terrible thing, Mark.
And that was Wiles that kicked it down there.
And you know, David,
it wasn't the score, by the way.
Do you know why it's a really terrible thing? Because I'm getting a lift home with Mark, and his car might not work.
Yeah, Mark's face is going very red after
Yes, he's not happy, Jan.
He's a bit nervous.
Well, he can walk home easy enough from here. It's only 14 k's.
I reckon he's got that player's numbers in his books.
Yeah, watch on the police check for that one. Ball's been brought in here in front of the interchange for Broadford, just inside the attacking 50 here for Yarra Glen. Spins back in. Rucks Capillate, they can't get it. Quick hands out there, going to find Lucas, who gets...
Oh, that's a free kick.
That's play on his...
It wasn't around the neck, by the way. He had him by the jumper, but it was a free kick for holding the man.
It was. He's getting a lot of possession, Lucas, getting in on the ball there. Coming to kick out now from the back flank area. He's looking for an option, but there's not a lot to go with.
Left footer.
Left footer. He'll now go with a big kick, deep, in up to the forward flank. 4-on-1. Terrible choice, but it comes off in their favour. A kick to the forward line inside the attacking 50, over the top. Quick tap down, could be good, can't get knocked off. Numbers get back for Yarra Glen. They can't get control of it. Pressure's on, but the numbers still too many in favour. And they kick out of their defence here to number 6 in Mackenzie, who look now with his Borg-like headband on to go over the top and unsuccessfully finds number 25, Donald there, and the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in, David, inside the, or pretty much on the wing itself.
It is. It's right in front of the opposition crowd and the spectators. 13's got it for, who is that? Broadford. But they can't get possession of the footy. They're playing from memory, some of these guys now.
Yep.
And that's a holding a man, if ever there was one. And the umpire says, I'm not taking any notice of that. And throw it in, please. Well, that was a bad tackle. It should have been penalised.
Yeah, right in front of the bench too. Can't complain with the Yarra Glen coach being upset by that. Spinning back in, ruckman jump, tap. No one's real favour. Ruckman does the roving hard. Nice effort. Comes down to a player here in the forward flank area.
Good work.
Finding number 43 there in Zawinski, one we're calling Ivan, kicks it to the forward line, can't get it to anyone particular, comes back out in defence. That's the third time in the last few minutes they've worked their way back out. Telfik down again, getting so many possessions. Bit of a nudge after the ball, but it's a mark down the ground. And now, David, they'll come back here towards the wing.
We're right on the commentary box side of the ground with the footy now, and we'll be able to get a close look at this, and the camera will pick it up nicely. And that's a nice punch away, but didn't do any good, really. It's gone to the ground, and they're not getting possession. Number 20's got it for the River Boys. Gone out the front, 61. That's Blay. Blay has kicked it in towards the centre of the ground. And, nearly got him by the foot. Number 3, that's Kennedy, has kicked it again, and it's a mark up the front by Morrison, and there's a man right at the back on his own, and that's not much of an attempt really to spoil him, and he's got a mark only about, what's that, Matt, 6 metres for Benny?
Yeah, about 6 metres, yeah.
6 metres.
Top of the goal square.
Number 8 there is Eckars. He's sporting a fantastic little chin bandage. He's obviously got a bit of a nudge on the chin there, might have split his chin open. So
should make the distance here, I'd imagine.
And he should make Mark's car too again.
Well, I reckon he'll kick it into Wallen from here.
He might have been the one hanging over the fence earlier.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
So Mark, that father and his son out the back there collecting the ball, I think they've saved your car at least 5 times so far.
Mark wants to give them the $50 bet.
He does, doesn't he?
So that was a magnificent kick. He's made the distance easily, 6 metres, and that's another goal.
So the Mitre 10 scoreboard, 6-6-42 Broadford to 14-10 94. So my maths don't serve me correctly. That's a 52-point lead.
It looks like 52 points.
Yeah, it's 52 points to me.
That's nearly 9 goals, you know.
Nearly 9 goals. It's crept up slowly. As the sun finally comes out here, the ball goes up in the middle, tap back down. That was a really good win there by Hart for Broadford. Quick tackle, brings the ball back down. There's a chance here now for Broadford. If they're swift off it, running at the back there, number 9 there for Broadford, picks the ball up, ducks back under. Johnson went to ground. Umpire says that's dropping the ball. So you can try all the things you like, but you don't get rid of it properly, you're not getting it back.
Can't do much when you land on the ground. That's a fact. So that's a good... what do you call that when they do that?
Smother?
Smother, that's the word I was looking for.
Man on his own, David.
No, well, the man on his own is actually from the Ridgebacks. So they've kicked it along the other side of the ground, and that's a man in the back pocket standing on his own. There's another one on his own. They're playing with their own footy. And can he mark it again? Yes, that's another mark. That's 4 marks in a row to Yarra Glen, and they're doing it pretty easy right now.
Something that Broad hasn't been able to do the whole day, really, have they?
No. Well, that's true, but another possession, a vacant, free possession, no defence at all. Fullback ran over the top of it. He's going to take a week to get rid of it, and he wants to push it over the boundary line and out of bounds. But the goal umpire, what did the field umpire? He said, "I'm not going to pay that for deliberately out of bounds." So the boundary umpire's got it. It's 14 metres from the point post on the outer side of the ground, right in the forward pocket. Ball coming back now with the boundary umpire, getting set. The Racks set themselves. Hart has done a pretty commendable job trying to get the ball away. That's all. He's hand passed it right into the goal square. Goodness gracious, can they get out of it? No, he hasn't marked it. It's out on the full. The boundary umpire says, "Well, what a shocker!"
Look who jumps onto it quickly. It's Morrison for the 5th time trying to get his 4th goal.
He's going to have to swing this one around pretty hard.
I think you're right there. You got a call on that one, Ben? You got an angle there?
Check side.
Yeah, it's pretty. What do you reckon, Matt?
I'd say he's definitely going to go for the check side here. Better enough to hit nice.
How's he holding the ball? Does it look like a check side or a punt?
Well, what can he do?
Punt to me.
What can he do?
Yeah.
The goal's not even close. That's
And there's
out of
the
bounds
siren
on the
to
full.
go with the kick, which brings this game to a completion, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. The final score here, 6-6-42 Broadford to 14-10 94, a 52-point win
on the Bendigo
Yarra
Bank scoreboard.
Bendigo Bank scoreboard.